But we are live now, though.
Woo! Sweet.
We have arrived YouTube for the fifth installment of new series JA Movie News, where we talk about anything and everything movie news related that is new. Anyway, as new as we can. And for this episode, we're going to spend a great deal of time just discussing some user questions. And we're about to dive into those right now. The very first question I want to get into was actually asked on a different video, but I really like the question anyhow. It's from a Howard Beatty, and he asked, let me highlight this really quick. I can't highlight. His question is, did you guys go to film school, or are you two just really huge movie buffs? Listening to you guys talk about movies makes me wish I went to film school instead of trying to go into the medical field. All right. So did you guys go to film school, or are you two just really huge movie buffs? You want to start while I log back in here again?
Yeah, sure. So, thanks for that question, Howard. First off, man, do not quit your profession. We need you in this world. Not that we're degrading what we do. It's just you got to call in for it, man. Pursue it, and I mean, if it works out later on, then go for it. In another part of your life. But for me personally, I did not go to film school. I took a few theater classes and stuff in college, as well as like through middle school and high school. But for professional film and cinematography, I did not go through any official courses in that. A lot of this stuff was self-taught, as well as a lot of things that I kind of went through and actually studied. I am a huge movie buff. I think I've been looking at movies all my life, but I grew up, honestly, without a lot of money. And so we'd get like these VHSs from different people or family members, and I would just kind of go through and trying to understand film in and of itself, and I was fascinated by it, to be quite honest with you. And then at a certain point, I was that little kid that was always in Blockbuster, looking at every single film, what they were about, and fantasizing about watching them until actually I had the money to watch them. And eventually, that was one of my first jobs, was working at Blockbuster. So I became fascinated with cinematography and just the build of it, and I was like, I cultivated my own ideas of how movies could go. I got so good with it, I was able to predict most movies how they were going to end, until I just found fascination of enjoying them and wanted to create them. That's my backstory.
Okay. Well, I definitely did not go. I definitely did not go to film school. I'm just a huge movie nerd. Should have been born in a movie theater, because when I was little, it was either family, friend, school, and the theater. That was kind of it. So I don't know. I mean, I've just always been obsessed with movies. I think it's probably the greatest medium in art that we have, personally. So I mean, I'm just a big film nerd, just obsessed with them. Always have been. Yeah. I think it would have been interesting to have gone to film school, but I'm personally glad that I didn't. Personally. I don't think there should be too many rules when it comes to filmmaking. I think you should just it should be as unorthodox as it can be in terms of building a film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. I don't know if you have anything else to.
I mean, it's funny. When I was actually in high school, I was pretty productive as far as IT. I was like, the other side of what I love was technology, and so went through all the technological classes in the curriculum of my high school, and so eventually I started putting applications out there really early, and I got an invitation / scholarship to go to Full Sail. And if any of y'all know what Full Sail is, like, they go in all these different facets. So I've still been fascinated with either going to maybe like an art institute or Full Sail, not to go through a whole schooling of it, but just be around like a sound system and a set and how that would look as far as just a personal application of it, as well as like learning the history of it all over again. Even though I know it, it's a different thing when you're kind of like in it from a learning environment standpoint. So Full Sail shoot, Florida. If I ever move, I'm going just for the heck of it.
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, definitely. Thanks, Howard, for the question. Definitely was a good one. So the next one. Let's see. I think the next one I'm gonna go with is from Brandon Winchester, and he asks, "What movies are destined to become classics from the past 15 years?"
God, 15.
Yeah.
So 2000 and past.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, first off, I think we should think of some kind of cap here, as opposed to just naming endlessly. Let's go with let's go with like a top. What we think would be in a top five. Top
That
five.
works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. What do you think? From the past 15 years. Fuck. Well, the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy has to be in there for sure. Even though the Fellowship came out in the 2000s, right? Or no? Or wait, did the Fellowship?
Yeah, it was in 2000s.
Was it?
I think it was like 2001, right?
Shit.
Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah, it was in 2001.
Okay, well then the Lord of the Rings trilogy for sure. You can't just what I'm saying, you can't ignore that shit.
No.
We might have to increase the 5 to 10, but but the Lord. Oh shit. Yeah, let's say between 5 and 10. Let's just go with 10. Fuck it. What would be in the 10? It doesn't need to be a particular order, but I would say Lord of the Rings trilogy has to be in there. The Christopher Nolan trilogy has to be in there.
Okay.
Shit, man, classics. Well, what's a couple that come to mind for you?
Well, I had to stop myself because I was about to say The Matrix, but I can't say The Matrix now.
Sure.
I mean, definitely for me, The Dark Knight, for me is a classic, just as much as the 1989 version of Batman. But I mean, just all those Nolan films, period. Like, was Memento in 2000?
Yes, it was for sure.
Okay, so I mean, everything Nolan, honestly, because Inception, Memento, The Dark Knight. I mean,
No.
I'm
Interstellar.
yeah.
Sure.
um,
Fuck, man. I'm drawing a blank. I think. David Fincher's Social Network. I think it's already. I think it's already a classic, but yeah, Social Network.
When did Donnie Darko come out? Was that 2001?
Shit. We might have to fact check that one. Because if Donnie Darko was in the 2000s, yeah.
Dang, it was 2001. Oh, snap.
Fuck, I had a really good one. Park Chan-wook? I don't know if that's his name, but Old Boy.
Yeah.
The Korean Old Boy, not the piece of shit Spike Lee one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, dude. Even like, to be honest with you, The Raid. I can't say The Raid 1 and 2. Well, I guess I have to say both because the first one is definitely a classic for me from a action standpoint. I've never seen action like that on that scope.
Sure.
Since Die Hard.
Well,
but
maybe like a cult classic. That's what I would put it in.
Classics. Yeah, for sure.
But don't get me wrong, I do love the Raid movies, but they're not like, you know what I'm saying? These ain't like we're not here for this extravagant plot. We're here to see some crazy shit. So, but yeah, I would say like cult classic for those. What else comes to mind? That's a tough one.
It is, man.
So we got what? David Fincher's Social Network. We got the Raid movies.
I mean, even Gone Girl for me was really good.
This we call it the Garden State. Garden State from Zach Braff. That has to be.
Yeah.
That's like one of my personal favorite movies.
I mean, shoot, my guilty pleasure is definitely Kick-Ass. To be honest with you, we should have said this. What movie?
Here's what we should have done. Here's what we should have done. Instead of trying to think of a number cap, because we're not gonna, put an order or anything. Okay, and the next. Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark right now. When we get to 12 minutes, we should stop. So let's go. We got I got Social Network, Garden State, the Batman Nolan trilogy. Shit, what else? Well, most Nolan movies. I'll just say that because shit. Did I say the Raid? There's the Raid movies. What else?
We got to go through the Tarantino movies too, like Inglourious Basterds, Django, Kill Bill. To be quite honest with you,
I think the first one. I like the second one, but the first one sort of like,
and I mean, from a cinematic standpoint, it's weird. Like, I love Sin City, the first one. I really loved it, dude.
That's a classic. What
But I'm
else?
gonna be honest with you though. We should have said what movie in 2015 would be considered a classic. That's what we should have said. Because to me, Mad Max would probably be that movie that I could label as being a classic. But I'm trying to think of another one besides Mad Max.
And shit, in 2015, man. I mean, I think there'd be a few, but I mean, the one that stands out to me is Star Wars. Period.
Woo! Yes.
But I wish I had pre-thoughts some answers, but before we move on to the next question, I do want to give Scorsese some love because like Gangs in New York, Wolf of Wall Street, these coincidentally all are like DiCaprio movies too. But
yeah, Departed too. Dang, I forgot about that.
I like The Departed. I'm not as crazy about it as most people. But The Aviator seriously is like. I used to watch that movie when I couldn't figure out something creative. Like that movie is just so. Well, first off, I mean Howard Hughes was like a filmmaker, and he was like OCD, so he just immediately connects with me. But fantastic movie if you've never seen it. It's huge. But yeah, any final thoughts on that question?
Nah, man. It's too many movies that I could try to do that, but I wouldn't be able to. I mean, Spider-Man 2 for me was a classic, but a lot of people didn't like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, so it's like I can't even go there, man. Unfortunately, Guardians of the Galaxy would be.
Oh wow, Guardians of the Galaxy would be a good one. I'm trying to think of some other Marvel movies that may have been good as well for classics. Guardians, Winter Soldier. Probably we even have to say.
Hello? I'm back.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, cool. I was still riffing as if you were still here. But let's go on to the next question though.
Yeah.
All right. But oh shit, who was that? Okay, Brandon, thank you for your question. Next question is Drive or Only God Forgives? Unfortunately, I'm blanking out on the director's name, which is not good because he's someone I like. I think it's Wending Refn something. Can't remember his name. Nick.
What is his name?
Nicholas Winding Refn. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, Drive or Only God Forgives. I want to say Drive.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what year was that? I think it was 2011.
Yeah, it's 2011.
Yeah, that was my second favorite film from 2011. Literally.
Yeah.
I loved it. I would say Drive. What would you say?
Yeah, hand down Drive. Like, I mean, I still have the Drive soundtrack, man. I thought it was so 80s and so method, and I really love Gosling's performance. Unfortunately, Only God Forgives, it had a lot of strong performances by the international cast, but it was like, I felt like Gosling was really singular, and that his mom was really methodical and weird, and it disjointed my understanding what was kind of going with the movie. I had to see it a couple of times to kind of be like, okay, this is what's going on. But I mean,
Sure.
it's not that it's a terrible movie. It's just from a general audience, I don't think they really got it. But like, if you had said what's better, Bronson or Drive, that because Bronson when that came out,
Yeah.
Tom Hardy,
Both of these films were made by the
yeah, same.
same guy. Oh wait, Bronson was made by Nicholas as well.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that. But no, I like Drive. The only positive I can say about Only God Forgives is just we would eat up too much time if I went into why I didn't like it that much. But my favorite scene, though, the soundtrack is great, and my favorite scene is when mild spoilers, but when Ryan Gosling when he fights God, literally that whole sequence I thought just completely blew my mind. Just the angles, the way it was shot, the music in particular. I fucking love that scene. It is just it is awesome because it's like he knows that it's like God whilst fighting him. You know what I mean? It's really interesting, but no, Drive all the way. The soundtrack is super dope. Just great movie. I would say Drive.
Yeah, he's actually got a new movie coming out with Keanu Reeves, Ellie Fanning, and what's that other girl from Mad Men? Christina Hendricks. It's called Neon Demon, and it's coming out this year, actually.
Okay.
So look out for that, y'all.
All right. Next question is from Mike Swan. He asks, do you think that Wonder Woman and the Batman vs. Superman film will ruin the movie? They kind of sold the plot and led us to believe they become a trio, which ruined it for me as I thought it was just Batman and Superman going at it. So, again, do you think that Wonder Woman and BVS will ruin the movie? I'm going to go ahead and say probably. What do you think?
Hold on. You think that Wonder Woman will ruin the movie? I think that she has a really strong chance to, but if for some miracle Gal Gadot does a decent performance, uh she's not terrible, I guess, for lack of a better word, as far as her performance and even her action sequences. Her action sequences so far have looked okay. But I really have to kind of see where she flushes out with this whole entire thing because honestly, Wonder Woman doesn't even have to be in this movie unless they do it a certain kind of way of setting up for something more. So I really have to watch the film. I think probably within the first 30 minutes of the movie, I'll be able to gauge that. Uh, but I think that she has the capacity of ruining the movie, but I don't think she will. I think that my personal belief, I don't think she will, just because I think that Zack Snyder is smart and he knows that this is the first female lead superhero movie that they're going to be moving forward into. And it's like, if he ruins this, that ruins any kind of capacity. I mean, he can't have another Circle Punch moment, what I'm trying to say. But he could.
Yeah, I would say probably. I think it's the best answer I can give. I mean, and to be honest, I just gotta be. I'm full on skeptical of the film, like full on. It's unfortunate. It's sad. I wish I could see it differently, but there's just too many red flags. I am deeply concerned, for sure. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just anticipating a film, the movie being like a 9 or a 10 out of 10, which it needs to be. To clarify, it needs to be a 9 or a 10, and that seems very unlikely. I hope I'm wrong, but it seems unlikely. So I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go in open-minded, but I think the movie might blow dick. Like there's some good ingredients. Like there's some of the casting I like. I think visually it's interesting. I like the concept, sort of. I mean, I like the concept up until like just Batman versus Superman. I like that, but unfortunately, they decided to like throw in all this extra crap for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could like say, well, you know, there's some future movies coming out, but it's like I don't believe in that shit. When you're making a movie, you should just be solely concentrated on the one movie, even if you're well aware of the sequels coming out. Like you need to try to accomplish the first shot first. All right.
Yeah.
You can't be trying to just don't do what Spider-Man 3 did, because that's literally what looks like what's happening. It looks like we're gonna have a Spider-Man 3 situation. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens.
I mean, I was on the fence with. Well, I'll put it to you this way, because just kind of like the Star Wars syndrome. Like people, if Star Wars had not been as good as it was, people would still have gone to that movie just from anticipation. Even though the trailers were perfectly set that didn't reveal really much of anything, people would have still just went to the movie just because of Star Wars. I'm going to go see Batman vs. Superman because it's Batman and freaking Superman in a movie. No matter what, even if they give me a next trailer and it reveals everything, I'm still going to watch it because this, for me, is history, you know? And so, but
I'm thinking it might suck horribly.
Yeah, there's a strong possibility. I mean, that was one of the things that even with Star Wars, I was like, dude, I hope this movie's good. I hope and pray this movie's good. But I think what we have to kind of, I guess, assess is that the movie's name is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Like, if it was just Batman v Superman, then, you know what I'm saying, like, it would just be a Batman and Superman movie. But for them to have Dawn of Justice, that implies the Justice League. And, I mean, to me, it probably would have been better of making it into 2 parts, just making it Batman vs. Superman, and then a sequel to that being Dawn of Justice, going into all the different heroes that are, you know, tied to their, you know, their connection with this conflict. Then that would have been better, you know, just singularly just make this really just about them too. Where it's now showing where this is kind of like 2 movies in one. Like the whole first half is going to be them fighting. Well, I mean, from what we've seen in the trailers, I don't know. And then the second half is them going to be fighting this force. And when they actually got the DC Trinity there, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, what's next is, of course, the Flash and, you know, Aquaman, which they're going to be making appearances in the movie. But for them to make this their second real movie of this universe, that's the scary part. They're doing potentially way too much, where they probably should have just kind of separated it off. But like I said, I mean, I'm reserving judgment just because they left the name Dawn of Justice. They never did that, and they gave me all this crap, and I'll be like, yeah, they're going down that road. Spider-Man 3, man.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. But however, I gotta say, I thought that Man of Steel was gonna be terrible, and I love Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, see, that's the thing. Like, some people are like, oh, Force Awakens could have been bad. Man, like, look, The Force Awakens never looks bad to me, ever. Man of Steel never looked bad. I was just highly skeptical because it just had been too many bad Superman movies up to that point. I was like, man, maybe there is a Superman movie curse, but I ended up loving Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman has steadily looked suspicious for a while. For a while. I will admit that the what was it, the second trailer I thought was great. I thought it was a great trailer. But I mean, everything outside of that is like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? What are they doing? So
I think everybody went on the fence after about the third trailer. I think that's where everybody's kind of like, okay, this is a fine edge. The first part of the trailer was good, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going a different direction. But we'll see. We'll see. Because there's some things I want to talk about. Jesse Eisenberg brought up a little bit later on.
Yeah, there's still some. Let's get into the other question. But thank you to shit.
Mike?
Was it Mike?
Mike Swan.
Shout out to Mike. All right. So we got King El Sanzo, some shit. The King. His question is, what movies are you most excited to see this year? I'm trying to find my list right now, actually. I didn't exactly memorize it. I probably should have. I can tell you that Star Wars Rogue One is my #1 most anticipated film for the year, for sure. So they better not let me down. I think Rogue One has huge potential. I think that Jon Favreau's Jungle Book has a lot of potential because I really want to see it, but I felt like it was a little bit overhyped from that Disney convention where the first footage dropped. I was like, why are people freaking out about this? It just looks like CGI exploded all over the fucking place. But however, when I heard that this movie was shot in just a sound stage, that sort of changed things for me because I was like, because there's some like cave shots and there's some parts where like the kids there's just some outside shots that I just assumed were outside.
Exactly.
You trying to tell me this whole movie was shot in downtown Los Angeles? So that made me sort of pull back the reins a little bit. I was like, I think the CGI could use a lot more polishing, but whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's all right. Maybe I'm starting to, yeah. Yeah. What about for you? Those are like the first two.
My 5, starting from #1, would be, even though like we just talked about it, I'm excited for Batman vs. Superman, dude. Like that's one of my most anticipated films. It's been my most anticipated film since last year. I think that there's a lot of different things that could go, but I'm still gonna be excited for it. It's a great time, like just to be a geek in general. Second would probably be, I was on the fence with either Rogue One or Civil War, but I'm gonna say Rogue One just because Star Wars just did it for me this year. Like I loved everything about the film. I'm loving the new direction of the mythos, where they're going with it. So I think Rogue One would be definitely my #2. But Captain America: Civil War, I think is gonna be epic. Like I literally cannot wait to see where that's gonna go. Especially we haven't seen any shots of Spider-Man in it. Where they're gonna go with it, the possibility that this might be Chris Evans' last time as Captain America, without spoiling too much. So
I don't believe it.
Well, no, I can't say, but
no, I mean it's not like. I mean, we don't know.
I mean, but if you know the book, how the book ends, like, so that's all I'm gonna say. I have to say also.
I don't think they got the balls.
Okay, all right. He said it's on record, y'all. Remember this moment.
I don't. I think they're afraid to kill off his character, like in the next film. I think they're afraid. I don't think they got it.
So
I think you could also, like, I'm not sure like where his contract is either right now. So, I would say no. Me personally, if I was betting $1 million, I'd bet this motherfucker's probably still living.
So all right, let's say this: if they do kill him, how would that pull weight for the movie for you?
Oh, it's sort of weird. It sounds sort of morbid. See, I don't think this is a spoiler. If you want to try to avoid spoilers, then maybe you should like come back or to the video or something. I don't know. I don't consider this to be spoilers, but in the comic books, during Civil War, Captain America was assassinated. It's not like he died. The motherfucker was like assassinated, as far as I know.
Crossbones.
So, but I mean, granted, this is a huge moment from Civil War, but again, they've been pussyfooting around major deaths in the Marvel movies. I don't think they have it in them just yet. Maybe in the Infinity Wars we might see a big juicy death, but Chris Evans' character dying next film, just KO'd. His character, the Chris Evans Captain America, is just dead. I don't know if they got the balls for all that, but that's just me personally.
So I guess we're gonna find out. Well, I'll say the only reason why I say is I never would have thought they would have just killed off Han Solo. But
yeah, but that's like a totally different. I think that's very different. That's very different. Like that's not even like the same franchise. I mean, it's from Disney, whatever. But I think that's a very different situation. I mean, maybe if Nick Fury had actually died in Winter Soldier, I would have said maybe, but he didn't. It was almost like the writers like got scared for the kids, and they were like, "No, bring them back." So
yeah,
no, I don't think they got it in them.
but I think that I don't know. We just got to see. But X-Men Apocalypse would be like my number 4, and then my number 5 would have to be Suicide Squad or Doctor Strange, one or the other. So Suicide Squad, I'm thinking is probably my number 5 though.
I made a whole specific 2016 list and forgot my own fucking list. But I mean, you know, Civil War was in there, Batman vs Superman was in there, of course. Denis Villeneuve's next movie is in there. The guy who made Enemy or Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal. He made Sicario. Martin Scorsese's next film, I think, in Japan. I think way back in the past. I really want to see that. What else was in there? I wish I hadn't erased my list. But I don't know. Those were some of the movies that were in there. But Rogue One was at the top for me. I don't know if you had any other ones that you wanted to add.
Nah, I can't even remember all my stuff either.
Right. Like, I know it's probably to some of you guys, but like, there's a lot going on. Is there anything else that stands out? Civil War. Nope, fuck it. I can't remember. But those are some. I did a whole video on this, so I'll just hit you with a link if you really want to know, because I did an entire video on this. But moving on. Shit, I lost my place. Who's the person who asked that? Oh, King. Thanks. All right, so Frankie Padilla, he says, "What's up? Which movie do you guys predict will win the box office in 2017? Avatar 2, Star Wars Episode 8, or Justice League?" Again, the question is, what movie do you guys think will be the box office king for 2017? Avatar 2, Star Wars Episode 8, or Justice League?
Dang.
There's a lot of issues with these three. First off, I'm gonna say Justice League. No, I don't think so. There's just too many red flags with Batman vs Superman. So, for me, that would leave Avatar versus Star Wars, and this is tough for me because, I mean, The Force Awakens might sort of be like an anomaly. I mean, Episode 8 might not pull the same numbers at all by any stretch. Maybe Force Awakens is a special moment.
Yeah.
Um, so, oh man, this is a tough one. Hmm. Avatar and Star Wars. I don't know, man. Uh, Wait. Avatar comes out in December. Star Wars comes out in May.
Mhm.
There's usually not a lot of strong releases in December in general, and there will be nothing in December. Well, wait. Oh yeah, no, wait. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah. So in December, I just totally got 2016 and 2017 mixed for a second. But yeah, usually nothing truly big. There's nothing going to be as big as Avatar 2 in December. Period. I don't give a damn what it is. So, um, because Batman Civil War already came by. Well, that's 26. I think I'm gonna go with Avatar 2. I think. But this isn't a definite. This is like a shot in the dark. But what are your thoughts before I babble on here?
dude, this question bothers me because I mean
Well,
the thing is that if Batman versus Superman becomes like a huge cult success, which it very well not, but if it does, that paves a huge different way. Like that means you got three huge franchises. I mean huge that could their later films could supersede anything that Marvel's done before. And
not
I'm
really.
not saying that it will, but there's a lot of different possibilities. Like
I feel like you have to kick out Civil War. I mean, Justice League.
I
Like,
can't
I think you
because
have to because there's no. Look, Marvel has been shitting pure gold. Whether I've loved all the films is almost irrelevant. The people love them. And they just been shitting out pure gold, and they ain't. They're not outdoing Star Wars anytime soon. I don't think.
that's what I'm saying. Like I
Ain't
have to
happening.
wait until Batman versus Superman because I can't even answer that question because I can see myself, dude. Like this is the Justice League. I watched that cartoon more than any other cartoon I've ever seen in my childhood. To
Mm-hmm.
see the Justice League and actually see them actually fighting something else,
Yeah.
bro, like the nerds would flock. But I'm not saying that because there's more Star Wars nerds than there are, superhero nerds. To be quite honest with you, but
It's debatable for sure.
exactly, and so
But my thing is like Batman vs Superman, like just in terms of traffic, because it flatlined all the traffic for Star Wars Force Awakens. And I'm not even talking about like just. I'm just talking about marketing, trailers, and Star Wars just dominated just freakishly. All right, dominated more so than Civil War, more so than Batman vs Superman in terms of marketing and trailers, specifically like trailers. Holy shit! But I mean viewership. But
yeah.
I I mean, it's your opinion. I mean, my opinion. I think it's for sure the issue is between Avatar 2 and Star Wars for me. That's
I
the
think
issue.
I think I'm gonna say Star Wars Episode 8 will take it. Only because of the success that backfilled The Force Awakens. It's kind of like when Spider-Man 1 came out, and that was a huge success. Everybody was like anticipating Spider-Man 2 to be really good. And it actually was, and it became one of the biggest box office movies ever at the time.
Sure.
But that was only because they hit magic, and then they successfully hit it again. So I'm gonna say Star Wars Episode 8, but at the same time, like, dude, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. That's a really tough one. I mean, at the same time, there there's not going to be anything bigger than Avatar 2 when it comes out in December, and it's going to be like a fucking bomb went off. Like because James Cameron has been perfecting this shit for so long, I'm afraid of what it's going to look like. To be honest, like that's just going to be like crazy.
Let's take a poll
Like
real quick.
because
Like,
with episode 8, it's being dropped in the middle of a storm. I mean, no matter how popular it is, I mean, it doesn't have the advantage of Force Awakens. Like, Force Awakens opened really fucking nothing to compete with. Nothing.
So I want to ask everybody that's in the chat right now. I see Sean Williams, Sheen Lewis, shout out to you. Jasmine Brown, shout out to you. Captain Mullet, shout out to you. I want to know, are y'all excited for Avatar 2? Because I've been talking to different people, dude, and like I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it, but there's a lot of people that's just been crapping all over it, and it's like just from their words. Now, you know, put up or shut up. When the time comes, they might be all for it when the time comes. But right now,
they will watch. They will.
But I'm curious, are y'all excited for it? That's what I really want to know. What are y'all thoughts?
Oh my god. I honestly can't decide between Avatar 2 and Star Wars. It's really tough for me.
I'm just gonna say Star Wars, bro. I'm gonna rest my money on it.
I'm telling you right now, Justice League. It's being. I don't care if Batman vs Superman is 10 out of 10. Justice League. It gets pushed out. There's no way. So. There's no way Justice League's making more money than Star Wars and Avatar. I don't believe that for a second. But damn it! See, the issue with James is that like from the 1997 to whenever the hell it was to 2009, what was the highest grossing film of all time? Titanic. And then from 2009 to today, somehow. Was the most highest Avatar, the movie that he made. All right. Now all of a sudden, when it comes to the third, the next one, people are like shaking because there's this big time delay, and they're like, "Oh, it's not gonna do very well." Bullshit. All right. Bullshit. I don't know if I can give an answer, to be honest. I don't know. We might have to circle back because we're spending way too much time on this question. I honestly don't know.
That question was the bomb, literally.
I mean, if I had to make an answer, split decision, I'm gonna say Avatar 2. If I just had to split decision, make an answer, I'd say Avatar 2. Because episode 8 is opening with a lot of shit around it. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say Avatar 2. All right, we might have to come back to that question, but the next question, Sylvester Stallone official fan channel. What did you think about Creed? I gave it a 10 out of 10, and I did a movie review on it. I don't think I need to. Is there anything you want to add?
Nah, dude, like that was one of my favorite films like last year. Like I gave it a 10 out of 10 as well. Like I came out of the movie generally inspired. Like I was motivated. Like it was like when you see somebody kind of like going through the grit, like it made me want to push myself. And that's one of the things I came out of the movie feeling. I mean, definitely Sly is one of his best performances since the first Rocky. Michael B. Jordan showcased a really good way. I mean, they just had an all-around. It was a good film from a lot of different levels. I think I still can't forget that one-shot fight sequence. Like the second fight, like I still love that. Like, oof. But I love the film. Thanks for that.
Hey, one thing, Sam, can you try to fact check what movies are coming out December of 2017?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there won't be much data, because I want to try to come up with a definitive answer, but that's so hard. And back to the question we were just working on. I love Creed. I really want to get into spoiler territory, but that's I will say without spoiling anything, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that Michael B. Jordan's character, he gets knocked down. I think that's fair to say. All right. But there's a time when he gets knocked down, and one of the last images that he sees in his mind before he wakes up. Oh man, that for those of you who've seen the film, that shit gave me like literal goosebumps. Like I was just like, whoa, it was just, wow. That was a moment for me. Damn, small moment, but damn.
Yeah.
All right.
So December 2017, you got Avatar 2. It's a movie called The Lamb. Ready Player One is that Steven Spielberg film with Olivia Cook. That's
Yeah.
in the 15th. The $6 billion Man, which is kind of a remake.
It just occurred to me we're gonna look back on this in 2017, but go on.
The Crowds 2, and The Greatest Snowman on Earth, which is a musical. So that's it. Like there
Okay.
is nothing.
All right, do me a favor. What comes out in May of or
Yeah,
wait?
May. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. No. Well. Okay. So
2017.
Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy 2 comes out
Whoa.
May the 5th.
2017?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a problem. Go on.
They're still on the fence that they're gonna make Terminator Genesis 2, so that's probably been canceled by now. And
Yeah.
then Star Wars Episode 8, and that's it in May. I thought Spider-Man was actually gonna be then, but I think Spider-Man's in July.
Yo, Guardians of the Galaxy coming out the same month? That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough right there. Wow, I didn't even know that. Or at least I didn't think about it that way. The Guardians and Star Wars in the same month? My God.
Hmm. Wait, when does Justice League come out? What year?
I don't know that there's a date.
What the heck? There's a Power Rangers movie coming out in 2017. Oh,
But
snap.
for right now, I'm still standing by my goddamn Avatar 2. Fuck it. I'm standing by it. Fuck it. I mean, maybe if Episode 8 has pre-sales.
Ooh, okay, Justice League comes out in November.
This is not a definitive answer. I'm saying Avatar 2 for right now. Damn it. All right. Fuck it. But these next two questions, let's get to those really quick. So we have Seth Reinhardt as, if you are a Tarantino fan, what is your favorite film of his? Again, if you are a Tarantino fan, what is your favorite film from him?
Wait, hold on. What?
What?
What did you say?
What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go with.
That's a hard one, man.
I think it's still Pulp Fiction for me.
Mm, man, I am on the fence with this one because I really love Django, man.
I do too. I like Django a lot. I love the Kill Bill movies. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think it's still Pulp Fiction for me because I mean that movie really got me. Really got me.
Dang, I forgot about Jackie Brown too. Wait, hold on. Quentin Tarantino was a guest director with Sin City. Did you know that?
The first one?
Yeah,
Director?
he was a guest director on Sin City. Wow, I didn't even know that. Anyway, Inglourious Basterds. It's for me. It's gonna have to be between Kill Bill Volume 1 and Django Unchained. I literally say I can't pick which one. Um, I kind of wanted to say Django, but Kill Bill is just such a classic for me. Uh, I love that film, man. I don't know. I can't pick between those two.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction just because there's so many quotes, there's so many just straight next level scenes. I don't know if I should get into it. I mean, granted, it's been like years, but I guess I won't get into spoilers. But I mean, just oh my god, the fucking gimp. Like that might still be the most unexpected series of scenes that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like whoa. Like, those I still viscerally remember seeing those things for the first time and just having no idea. I think Pulp Fiction for me, but yeah. Oh, one thing I did want to mention though recently, um, Quentin Tarantino was asked, what his final films may look like, because he's spoken about maybe only making 10 or 11 movies and then just being done forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, maybe he might go on to writing or TV shows or something, but he'll just be done with movies permanently. But he was saying that his next titles could be one could be a gangster film. I think I'm trying to find a direct quote here. He's saying that I think maybe the one genre left might be a 1930s gangster movie, kind of a John Dillinger thing, which I think would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like his version of like Public Enemies from Michael Mann. And he was also saying that I'm also interested in doing something where I can have a character who gets in a car and turns on the radio so I can have a cool driving montage. And if I had all the time in the world, I would love to make a really, really scary horror film like The Exorcist.
That would be dope.
I think both of those would be really good.
Yeah.
Um,
I could definitely see him doing like The Exorcist, or a horror film in general. I think he would shine with that.
I don't see him being done with westerns, personally. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like whether in TV show or another, we might see another western, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You
I have
know,
a sinking feeling.
I wish he would have been the one to do Cowboys and Aliens. Because the premise of that movie, when it came out, I was like, this might actually be freaking crazy. But then it was just, ugh. But I think if he would have made it, I think they would have been really interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's I think he should make a sci-fi film, something like that. That would be perfect. Like that's what he should fucking do. He should make a fucking something like Cowboys and Aliens. Well, it's not Cowboys and Aliens, but something like it blends Western and sci-fi together, though. That would be crazy. I think he should do something with sci-fi. Something. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think he can pull it.
The horror film? I don't know, man. I mean, I would love to see it just on the simple fact that I have no idea what that would be like. So just on that merit alone, I would love to see it. But I feel like he might have a hard time with that. I think the John Dillinger gangster film would be really cool. I'd love to see maybe even another Western or a sci-fi movie, Like a fucking Daisy Domergue movie. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I feel like, though, he has to make Kill Bill Volume 3 just to finish it out. I mean, he should have never left it open. If not, that's my whole thing. Like, just get Zoe Saldana to be the young black girl, have it finish out, and just close up that franchise. Because it's like, yeah, he could kind of just leave it there and then end his career. But I feel like if he started it, I really feel like he should at least try to make it, even if it fails or bombs. Like, I really feel like he should.
I'm not too crazy about another Kill Bill. I mean, they're called Kill Bill, and Bill's dead. I mean, if he wants to go for a third installment, I mean, fuck, do it, son. I'll watch it. But Bill's dead. The whole point of your title is diminished. So I feel like he shouldn't. But that's just it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of any other kind of movie that I'd love him to see. But great question, though, for sure. And I think our final question here. Yeah, I think this is the final one. How do you feel about Memento being remade?
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No. Why?
I,
No. They better
I,
not. I might write that movie before it comes out. That might be the first movie that I might condemn before it even comes out.
I can't believe I don't know where they're at with that, but yeah, there was like a dead serious news about Memento being remade. I think it's stupid. I think whoever thought that should die, and don't do it. Why do it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Why? Why?
Man,
Why?
that literally makes me upset generally. Like, why would they do that?
To me, that's equivalent to being like, okay, let's reboot the Saw franchise in 2
Yeah,
years. It's like, why?
exactly. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like,
um,
when you said that to me, I was like, you kidding, right? That's the first thing I thought in my head. I was like, he's not kidding.
um, no, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. It's going to be hated. Don't do it. That's yeah. I it will not work. But
No.
that's my thoughts on it. Do you have anything to add?
Man, look, I'm gonna spit on that movie. How about that? When I see that poster come out, I'm gonna be in the movie theater and be like, like, how dare you?
Don't do it, man. Kill yourself. Don't. Die, motherfucker. Just don't do it, please.
You got him quoting Eminem. Oh Lord.
Um, I gotta say though that a third Kill Bill would be cool for real though. I don't think it's necessary, but I do think it would be kind of cool if
Yeah.
I think it would be crazy if like Tarantino like pulled like Kevin Feige and was like, here's my final two films. I'm gonna spend the next 10, 15 years working on them. That shit would be kind of gangster.
Wow. That would be nuts.
You know what I'm saying? Because it takes them a long time to make these movies, so that would be kind of cool to have this long lead time. I guess I sort of like completely not knowing anything until we're close to the time as well. But that would be kind of cool because this is
Yeah.
like potentially the final two Tarantino movies ever. So
No. Hmm.
Kill Bill 3 would be great, but I feel like for the final two, he needs to go into some fresh territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the 1930s gangster thing would be pretty cool. Horror film, I think he might have some trouble with that, but uh, but anyway, that was all of our questions. So thanks guys for all the questions. We definitely ran a little bit longer than usual. We're at the 58-minute mark right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there any final thoughts you want to add to any of these topics?
I'm trying to go and see if anybody asked any questions. Somebody did ask a few questions in the chat because I wanted to make sure they had opportunity because they came out to ask us. Somebody, and I don't know if they've been in the chat for long, but they asked, what are your thoughts on Boba Fett getting his own movie? That was one question. And then another question was, where is it? I can't find the other one. Crap. I think that was really the only real question. Everybody else was just kind of making general statements about new movies coming out. So what did you think about Boba Fett getting his own solo film?
I think most of the anthology film ideas are terrible. I do like Rogue One. I think Rogue One's interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Everything else, I'm just like, why? Like, I'm really not interested in seeing some kind of weird prequel thing to Han Solo or Obi-Wan Kenobi or both of like that. I'm just like, why? Like I'm ready for the present day. I really care about but Rogue One is just clever to me personally. It's interesting. Not to mention it's not so centric to like one person as well, which I sort of like. So
Yeah.
it could be really, really cool. But the other ones, I'm not convinced. What about you?
I mean, I definitely am looking forward to Rogue One. I mean, it just looks amazing. I'm not really all that interested in a Han Solo film, to be honest, nor am I interested in Boba Fett. To be honest, the one that actually intrigued me was the Kenobi one, only because when Kenobi leaves, and he gets kind of secluded into his area and Tatooine kind of watching over the baby Luke. He goes and meets up with Yoda for training. And that time period between then and up until Luke finds him again, there's a lot that happens. And there's a lot of battles that happen in the book series. And I mean, not just that, Ewan McGregor's is in negotiations with Disney of reprising the role. And if they get the right director to do it, and if he's not trying to remodel what the prequel version of him is, but they actually showed him as a tortured soul, I think that they could have some gold there. And I think that they're debating trying to make that actually into its own trilogy. I'm more intrigued about just one Kenobi film more than the trilogy, but I think that and Rogue One I'm definitely excited for. I'm not so much excited for a Boba Fett film because, I mean, not that Jango Fett, Boba Fett aren't cool, but I feel like, I don't know, I'd have more fun with just playing like a video game about Boba Fett versus watching the movie about it. No, all seriously, because like the video game, you can explore so much and do so much more with them versus having a character that doesn't have that much dialogue anyway, in his own film. I don't know.
I especially since fucking prequels, man. Not only were the prequel movies terrible, they're prequels, man. Like I'm ready. I'm more than to say that I'm ready for movies in the present day is an understatement. Like I'm not trying to keep looking back, motherfucker. We had issues then. I'm trying to go forward.
Exactly.
I wonder if that might hurt the anthology films. I think Rogue One should be pretty solid, but as far as the other ones,
yeah, they're right.
But to be fair, I mean, I guess is Han Solo, is that like confirmed or is that still like rumor?
Solo is confirmed. Rogue One, and I think they just confirmed on Kenobi. But let me verify about Solo.
While you're looking that up, I do want to speak on. Let me close out talking about the classics, or not classics. The box office with the Force Awakens, because I believe Force Awakens opens in China tomorrow. I think tomorrow.
Tonight, my dude.
Or well, tonight, technically speaking. I'm still like swaying back and forth on the fence as to if Star Wars. Think about this for a second. If Star Wars can make, because the big thing is, will Star Wars defeat Avatar worldwide gross? But you're saying,
we talked about that for a long time. What was it the other night?
Yeah, but you're saying that Star Wars Force Awakens is going to make $1.7 billion more dollars for these theaters? Like, I mean, is it possible? Well, sure, but it's not looking good at the current time. It's definitely not looking good. I mean, granted, it's made a huge haul quickly, but it's also dropping considerable percentages each week. So I don't know. The only way it's defeating Avatar is if it just explodes in China. Seriously, that is the only way. There's no other way. It has to like do a killing in China. China has to see Force Awakens and they just got to be like, oh my god, and just fucking rack up like something well past 300 million or something, man. Cause If not, there's no way. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was the one, y'all, that kind of made up the proposal that it was possible for Force Awakens to get to 2.7 billion. A lot of that reasoning came between me looking at the numbers and projections, and Jor-Els right, it's definitely dropped as far as projections, but I'll read off a few numbers, the reason why I say that. Within 21 days, The Force Awakens alone has just already made domestically $770 million, whereas 21 days in for Avatar made 380 million only in this 21-day streak. Now, Avatar was out for, let me see how many exact weeks, just so I can make sure I don't say anything too wrong here. But I want to say, let me look here. Where are you? Avatar. There it goes. So for its all-round run and release, weekly, weekend, all time. So it stayed in the theaters. How many weeks was it? Dang, that's a lot of weeks. It stayed in the theaters for 34 consecutive weeks. And its numbers dropped drastically. Matter of fact, right now I think Star Wars is in its third week, right?
Third or fourth, I think.
Yeah, let me make sure. Let's see, Star Wars.
China's gonna have to come through, man. Big.
Okay, so Star Wars is in its third week right now, currently, and it's right now in comparison to what Avatar was at. It's at its weekly gross of 118 million versus Avatar's third week, which was about 69 million. So I mean, what I'm saying is that progression. It depends on how long the film stays in, as well as how many flux of good movies are coming out. If it becomes #1 movie this weekend and next weekend, then like I'm definitely gonna say the numbers still are gonna drop because revenue is gonna make a killing. And even with China's numbers, it still might not get to even 2.4 billion. It's really all on chance, y'all. I just believe personally that looking at these statistics, that I think that it's a strong possibility, and that's why I thought before. But it's been a huge drop off because it initially started off its first week 390 million, then it was 260 million, now it's like 118 million. So those are huge drop offs. So I mean, it might have been that people just Star Wars'd it out, like they went in for broke, saw it as many times as they could, but I think the prestige of seeing their first real, authentic, amazing 3D image film in Avatar kind of gives Avatar that edge of like people can continue to come back. If there's reason for people to continue to come back for Star Wars, then I think it can get there. But if it's not that there, and I can tell you, I want to see the movie again, but I can't see myself going to see it a seventh time. I've seen the movie about 5 times now, but I don't think I'll go see it a seventh time after this. So, I mean, I'm a huge fan. So, the natural people that watch film, they'll probably bootleg that joint before they go and watch it in the theaters again. And I mean, not that it wasn't bootlegging back then, but I mean, you can get movies now that are out in theaters currently better than you could back in 2008. So that's where we'll see. I think that if China tomorrow or throughout this weekend can get 500 million, then yeah, the joint got it. It's got it. But that's unheard of. I'll say that's unheard of.
Well, first off, you've seen it 6 times.
I've seen it like twice.
I've only seen it twice, and for me, twice like we ain't pushing a third time up in this bitch. But so 2 times is usually good enough. But 6 times, bruh. No, sir.
Oh Oh, snap! It just got announced, bro. So Sunday, April the 10th at 9 o'clock, Fear the Walking Dead is back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Wait, what was the date again?
April the 10th. April the
Oh,
10th.
okay, okay. I was gonna say it back, but for some reason, okay, okay. All right, cool. Swag, swag. But right now we are at the 69-minute mark. All right, so I I mean, with the Force Awakens, we just I don't we're not gonna have a clear picture until Monday, I think. So I think by Monday we're gonna have some idea, yay or nay, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because yeah,
I mean, the thing
uh,
that I can say about the film, though, man, is we've been talking about this movie before it came out, months and months before it came out, and then now 3 weeks after, it definitely left its mark on us as fans, filmmakers, and viewers of the
yeah.
film. So, I mean, regardless of what it does, money-wise, it's already broken so many different records.
Oh
Does it
yeah,
really
oh yeah,
matter,
yeah.
you know, in the long term if it gets 2.7? No, it
Right,
really
right.
doesn't. But I can say that this movie, you know, it put a warm place in our hearts.
Yeah, man, I've been talking about Avatar 2 since like straight fuck. I think sometime in the middle of 2010. So I mean, by the time Avatar 2 comes out, I'm probably gonna need a cane and a walker or some shit. Like, been talking about this movie forever. Just like, oh my god, James Cameron needs to hurry the fuck up because people just keep on bitching. Like, it's going to be awesome, people. All right,
Yeah, I mean, I
come on.
think for me though, like real talk, right? That first 2 years, I was like, I can't wait, I can't wait, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. At a certain point, like I
I'm t-
lowered my, how do I put it, my excitement level,
yeah,
just because I was like, I'm not gonna get it for a long time. I'm like,
true,
I'm
but
not hyped about this anymore. That's the only reason why.
yeah,
But
I
but
mean
the first two
this.
years, I was like, whoo.
I mean, like when it came to, I know Gravity uh, was a movie that I waited a long time. I know most people probably waited like literally a week or something. They're like, "Oh, what's that movie? Oh, let's go see it." I waited like I think like five some years to see Gravity, and that was well worth the wait. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Been waiting on Revenant since like its inception, like since like the first like sentence came out about that fucking movie. And it was a torturous wait. It was well worth it. I'm telling you, it'll be worth the wait. I'm telling you. It's been a long time, but it hasn't been a long delay for nothing. but uh, but yeah, I know we ran a little bit long today because I wanted to get to all you guys' questions, but I definitely appreciate everybody who reached out and asked their question, and I think we will pick back up the movie news probably right on Monday, unless something huge drops over the weekend. We'll pick back on Monday. So, um, yeah. Any final thoughts?
Nah, y'all. I appreciate y'all's questions and I appreciate the love on even my channel, JVS. Anybody that doesn't know, it's youtube.com/SEL0320. But I really appreciate all the different love. We just did a reaction to the Conjuring 2, which was really interesting. Me and Joe got kind of
Mm.
scared. We picked up the movie The Visit today, and I can't wait to look at Sicario a little bit later on tonight if I'm not going to go see Star Wars later on tonight. But appreciate the love more than anything, y'all. This has been really awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll be back on Monday with hopefully some craziness to talk about. And yeah, new series going. Glad you guys are enjoying it, but about to close out because I need to figure out what the thumbnail is gonna look like for this video. So peace,
Oh, snap.
peace.
Later, y'all.